The race for District 3 kicked off its first debate hosted by the Merced Atwater Tea Party. A new cell phone app unveiled by the Merced Fire Department enables Merced County residents to help save lives. And as city leaders discuss options, the homicide rate continues to rise. We'll have a special Your Voice commentary on this, the second edition of the Merced County News. Your community, your voice, for local news you can trust. Merced County News Television. Now, here's Jessica Chang. Hello, and welcome to the Merced County News Television. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Matthews, sitting in for Jessica Chang. Now, to your top stories. A drunken brawl involving about 10 people took place during the Ralphie May comedy show at the Merced Tower Theater on Main Street, and left those involved with minor bumps and bruises, including one elderly gentleman who did sustain a bloodied nose. Multiple units of the Merced Police Department were dispatched to the scene within minutes to control the melee, and thanks to the theater security, the fight was broken up quickly. One security guard stated he did sustain a punch to the face by the woman who apparently had started the entire incident. No one was arrested or taken to the hospital, and the woman was asked to leave the rest of the show out the back doors. According to its website, the theater first opened its doors in downtown Merced on October 31st, 1931, and is the most recognized landmark in Merced. An afternoon accident leads to one elderly man being transported to Mercy Medical Hospital after his vehicle struck another vehicle on G Street at Alexander. And a mid-evening crash jolted the residents of the Winton area last night as a passenger train slammed into a big rig carrying a load of groceries. No one was injured on the train, including the driver of the big rig, though his passenger did sustain minor injuries. Winton Way and Santa Fe were both closed for over an hour as crews cleaned up the debris and repaired damage done to one of the crossing arms. The countywide homicide numbers climbed to 8 this past week as 2 men were gunned down this past Thursday night. Deputies were called to the scene in the 7000 block of Onyx Avenue in Winton to find 2 men fatally wounded in the garage, while another who fled the 2 masked gunmen was found just inside the home. He is expected to survive, and investigators say it's too early to tell if this is indeed gang-related. This marks the 7th and 8th homicide in Merced County. And now, with a special Your Voice commentary on the violence, here's Merced County News Television's Tina De Leon.
You've seen them before. A small bunch of flowers, a candle or two, or some type of display of affection for a lost loved one, like this one here, located right next to the railroad tracks, directly across the street from Hoover Middle School. A constant reminder of a life lost to those children who pass through here every day.
If you're like me, you wonder who they were, how this happened, and why we feel we must memorialize the spot of these traumatic and fatal events. To start, I think it's important to understand the background of our violence. It's no secret. We are being victimized by a gang culture that is out of hand. Children afraid to play outside, families too worried to attend late-night evenings downtown for fear of mugging, or even sitting down to watch a movie at home only to have the door kicked in and a gun shoved in their face. With over 140 unsolved homicides throughout Merced County, one can only assume that the murderers feel even more emboldened with every killing they get away with.
Without action, we will continue to see more of these memorials, like this one here, for Donovan Webster, who returned to Merced after being placed in a troubled youth facility by authorities to get him away from the gang life here in Merced. He ran away because he grew homesick. He came here to the home of his mother and father, hugged them, left into the night, and fell here. Most communities would rally in support of justice. Candlelight vigils, crowded city hall meetings demanding the violence stop now, and holding those accountable who are charged to protect us. Instead, we've kept silent. We read about it, see the memorials, and wait. We wait for the next act of violence, the next homicide, and we wait for the next roadside memorial. For the Merced County News Television, I'm Tina De Leon.
Merced County District Attorney Larry Morris went to the Board of Supervisors to demand accountability for the increase in violence and unsolved murders. County supervisors have acknowledged the problem and are looking at ways to help law enforcement and the DA through funding and training options. And with very little rain, Merced County leaders are encouraging residents to run washing machines and dishwashers only when full, installing aerators on faucets, and use low-flow shower heads to cut down on excess water flow. checking toilets, faucets, and valves for any leaks, and turn sprinklers off in the winter. Coming up, Merced's turning 125 years old. Find out more about the fun and festivities planned. And our special report on Merced nonprofits after the break.